From the penthouse to the poorhouse, welcome and welcome back, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It's your host, Galadon, and here we go. Today, the most recent Clash of Clans update gets gemmed to max, and I've got great news for all of you, and that is that we did not split up this gem to max to 2 episodes. So it's all going to be here in 1 episode, and yes, you can thank me multiple ways by liking the video, by subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, and of course, most importantly, using code Galadon, because that obviously is one of the primary reasons that we can even do this sort of thing anymore, even though, as you all may have noticed, this channel is past its prime. You know what's not? I'm not past my prime, and I'm not past my love for the game. That lives on, and hopefully you guys feel that in all of the videos. After all, my channel celebrates its 10th birthday this month. That's right, 10 years of Clash of Clans content creation, and we're not stopping. I will have an anniversary episode out shortly, but in the meantime, let's get into it. We'll start by buying the packages using code Galadon and a few disclaimers, okay? Just letting you guys know that today's episode is not a what to upgrade first, and it is not necessarily the cheapest or most efficient way to upgrade. The entire process of gemming to max took about 90 minutes, and the entire video on demand is available on my Facebook gaming page, the URL at the end of the video, just if you wanted to see the entirety from beginning to end. Obviously, we've cut out a lot and sped up a lot. And speaking of sped up a lot, a warning: if you are annoyed or irritated or have a medical condition that does not do well with flashing lights and fast-moving images, then this is not the video for you. You might just want to skip it altogether because, yeah, we are going to move at an extremely fast pace for the next 18 minutes. And yes, although many accuse me of getting all of this stuff for free from Supercell, no, I actually do not. I pay for all of the gems and all of the packages myself, out of my own pocket. My own sad wallet pays for everything. Of course, you know, there's a little bit of help that comes my way from the creator code, and a massive shout out to my top star senders and supporters on Facebook Gaming. If it weren't for them, this channel and the live streams might not still be in existence. And a special shout out to those in the Axe Club: Brian, Winson, Stanton, Kelly, Joe, and Tom. You can find their names in the description of every single one of my YouTube videos. Or an easier way to help out if you can't make the live streams, check out the link in the description about becoming a channel supporter here on YouTube. There are so many different ways to help out. And okay, so let's talk about what happened today. And it was absolutely insane. We got everything fully maxed out, and things went much, much better than I thought they would. Remember yesterday's episode, hopefully you watched it, you saw that the potential for about $6,000, $7,000 spent exists, right? Okay, fine. If you're a dum-dum. I mean, everybody is going to buy the gold pass if they're going to be doing massive upgrades and massive gemming. It just goes, it's common sense. Well, okay, there are some people that lack that as well, but okay. So now, speaking of lacking common sense, many of you say, Galadon, why do you even do this? This is ridiculous. It is not an enjoyable way to play the game. You leave yourself with nothing to do and no reason to play. And essentially, you're partially right in that, oh, watch here. Here goes the Archer Queen all the way to level 90. Yes, okay, that's rewarding in and of itself, right? Just getting these things maxed so quickly is rewarding. I admit that no, it doesn't really give me a real reason to play this account. But then again, remember, if you've followed the channel for a few years, you know that we are now up to 37 or 38 Clash of Clans accounts. I have lost track. I've got more than enough farming to do on numerous town halls at numerous levels of development. So no, I am never going to get bored. And also, heck, this has been a tradition since Town Hall 11. Ever since Town Hall 11, we have been doing gem to maxes, and I just am happy to say that it continues. And I was afraid that maybe it wouldn't after I made yesterday's video and saw that after the gold pass, it was still about $5,000. But yes, you'll see a lot of saving of packages has made a huge difference. And at the end of today's video, I will reveal and add up everything that was required to get this done. And yes, we had a lot of saved stuff. Now, a lot of what we did was trying to dump all of the resources of a gold or elixir storage at once. And you can see a lot of that happened right here because it just so happens that a builder hut and a giant bomb together were precisely 22 million in gold. And that's the idea for at least trying to get some efficiency done. Try to get the maximum value out of your runes. Obviously, filling a rune up when it still has millions sitting in the storage is going to be a waste. So I tried to do that as much as possible. And even in the early stages of gemming right here, I erred on the expensive side. And what I mean by that is that rather than leaving a little bit of loot in a storage and then using a rune, I would go to the point that I needed to spend a few gems to buy the additional loot. Then I would be down to 0 after getting the upgrade done, and then I could get full value out of the next rune. Now, also, I was surprised, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, I had runes left over. I have tons of runes left over, in fact, and a lot of books, but I'll show you the books are crazy. The books were preparing for Town Hall 16, and that's the other thing. You guys need to remember that, okay, now I don't necessarily think that it's going to be possible, but I would love to gem Town Hall 16 to max in about another year, roughly. Maybe 10 months, I think, was what we predicted. And so we need to start saving now. We will buy every package between now and the Town Hall 16 update in hopes that the Town Hall 16 update gem to max goes as smoothly as today's did, because this was just, it was crazy easy. Even with 125 walls, it was not as painful as I anticipated. Now, right there you saw, I spent hundreds of gems on buying a little bit more in resources so that I could upgrade a wall, get the storage empty, and get maximum value out of the next rune. This happens over and over again in the next few minutes, and I feel like if you have the gems to spend, it's the best way to go about doing things, because over time, I definitely saved, I would say, 2 or 3 full runes by not wasting that gold sitting in the storages. And again, we're looking out to next year and Town Hall 16. It's not like we do this and then we're done forever. No, I'm trying to think ahead and trying to be prepared for, no doubt, what will be the biggest update in the history of Clash of Clans when it comes to upgrades. Also, throughout the video, you will see me go back to the gold pass, back to the treasury, to the trader, to the shop, to the loot cart. I mean, yeah, to the window, to the walls. I'm going everywhere till I'm exhausted. And that's what I said, till I'm exhausted. Anyway, I'm going all over the place because we're making sure that we don't waste anything that's lying around. Now, we obviously are still in the process of trying to find 2 upgrades that empty a storage. So you can see right here, yeah, we bit the bullet and spent 1,000 gems now, 1,000 gems to get down to 0 elixir. Now, you also need to remember that if you're buying resources, it's cheaper to buy the resources in the shop and fill your storage all the way to full, right? You'll get a slight volume discount when you do that. But here's the catch. If you do that, then you can't do what I'm doing here in the video, and that is emptying the storages down to 0. So you'll notice right now we're pretty much focused on elixir upgrades, right? We did some gold in the very beginning, we did a few, and then we switched over to elixir for whatever random reason. Now I thought, okay, let's try to get every single piece of dark elixir done next. So here goes the Barbarian King. I know I already did the Archer Queen, right? So we're kind of, it's back and forth. And like I said, there wasn't any real rhyme or reason to it other than whatever I felt like at the moment, and also trying to be efficient. Here you can see we had 192,000 dark. We paid 464 gems to fill it, to get 200k, to get Lasse to level 11. And this is going to get worse, and that's, yes, why we go buy gems in just a few minutes, because the dark elixir is absolutely nuts. And if you saw in yesterday's video, which I keep referencing, so I probably should link it on the screen here at some point, in yesterday's video, the prediction for the amount of dark elixir needed was about $1,900 worth of dark elixir. I mean, we had 20 levels of heroes, 10 levels of hero pets, plus all of the spells and troops. Yeah, and the only thing we avoided was another level to the monolith, right? But other than that, everything was just insane when it came to Dark Elixir. And of course, it's two pets that I don't think anybody's really all that excited about, the Yak and Lasse. So I would rather have seen extra levels to the Unicorn or the Phoenix, right? Oh yeah, but anyway, okay. Now, of course, when it came to books, we had more than enough. Again, if you've been watching my videos, you knew I was over 100 books of heroes stored. So yes, we will have roughly 80 books of heroes going in to the Town Hall 16 update, which even with level 100 heroes, I think we're going to be safe. But actually, let's think about it. If you have 4 heroes with 10 levels each, and then every single pet gets 5, oh, okay, that's going to be close. But okay, we'll deal with that when we get there. Check it out right here. You can see that the runes have diminished, but we still have 27 runes of gold and 11 runes of Dark Elixir. This is the big surprise, and I'll go ahead and tell you right now. I actually did not run out of runes of Dark Elixir. In fact, the best possible thing happened. And yes, I did bite the bullet and spend a massive amount of gems buying extra Dark Elixir right here. I think this is probably where the $200 in gems goes. But, and it's a big but, the good news is the rune of Dark Elixir that's in the gold pass will end up in my storage right now by the end of today's video and will not be wasted. Every other month for the last, I don't know, 6 to 9 months at least, the rune of Dark Elixir from the gold pass has been burned for 50 gems. Okay, that's painful when it's worth 100 times that nearly. 50 gems for a rune of Dark Elixir is crappy. So yes, we did eat some gems here, 3,800 gems for the Apprentice Warden to go to level 3. But, you know, again, in the long run, this is going to surprisingly work out really well, because had I spent less, then we would have burned through all of the runes of Elixir, and had I spent more, we would have wasted money. Speaking of wasting money, brace yourselves, because this is the point where some of you don't like to do this. I don't mind it because, hey, technically it's a tax write-off, right? This is my job. My job is to bring you entertaining, engaging, informative Clash of Clans content, which sometimes may include the purchase of hundreds of dollars worth of gems. And yeah, so we've got $99.99, let's be specific, less than $100. They didn't raise the price on gems, right? Okay. And we'll do it one more time. We'll buy one more chest. So 28,000 gems. And oh, by the way, a better, more efficient way to purchase gems legally is through the Supercell store. That's store.supercell.com, where you can purchase the gems, associate them with your player ID number, and yes, you actually get 10% more gems when you buy a chest, or 10% off the gold pass, and you can use creator code Galadon over there as well, and it would, again, be greatly appreciated. Okay, so let's talk about just about time to finish up the lab. Here now you'll see, I did go ahead and buy the Dark Elixir in the shop, bottom right corner of the screen. Now I did this more for illustration purposes than anything else. We were having a discussion at this point in the Facebook live stream about buying resources versus using runes versus topping off, and which is more efficient. Obviously, use your runes if you can, but again, be careful with them. Do your best to empty your storage before you use another rune. Now, it's time for the Apprentice Warden, who I'll admit I'm not a big fan of at the moment. Maybe I will be in the future, to get maxed out and then straight over to the Ice Golem. And then look at that lab. Oh man, that's a thing of beauty right there. A fully maxed out Town Hall 15 lab, sieges, spells, and troops. Time to get another hero going, the Royal Champion, all the way to level 40. And yes, again, we're taking some hits on buying Dark Elixir. But remember, at this point, I did think that we were going to be really short on Dark Elixir, and it was a pleasant surprise to see that it worked out just about perfectly. We did have to invest almost all of our gem spending into buying Dark Elixir. You can see that 28,000 gems is now down to below 4,000 gems, but we will be fine throughout the rest of gem to max. Now to the Barbarian King. Time for him to get to level 90. Just sounds so strange to say level 90, but here we go. quickly through the runes, through the books, through the king upgrades, and we have a fully maxed out level 90 Barbarian King. So he looks good, and he's got, of course, the next level to his ability, and that's why I would probably suggest doing all 5 levels of, say, the Archer Queen first before you deal with the Queen or the Royal Champion, just so that you can unlock that next level of her ability, and then so on and so forth with whichever one you want to do next, either the Royal Champion or the Barbarian King, just to get their next ability unlocked as well. Again, back to the gold pass. There it was. Did you see that? Okay, I know that sounds strange for me to say this, but I can't believe I was able to pull that rune from the gold pass into the storage, and all of my Dark Elixir expenditures were done at this point, so we're good. And now starts the saving for Town Hall 16 Dark Elixir upgrades. Now at this point in the Gem to Max, we only had the Seeking Air Mines and the walls remaining. And one giant bomb. And that's it. We're almost done. So hang in there. I know it's a long video. Hey, some of you guys ask for these long videos, so I'm hoping that a few of you, at least like 11 of you, are still here watching the episode. Let me know if you are. Now, also, yes, I should have used the hammer on the Eagle. I believe the Eagle was slightly more expensive of an upgrade than one of the scatter shots, but I think earlier in the Gem to Max live stream, I was thinking I would buy a second hammer, and then later we decided not to spend League medals on hammers because I feared I was going to need every League medal possible in order to purchase wall rings, because that, as you also remember from yesterday's video, is a 1 billion demand in resources, 1 billion gold and elixir combined in order to upgrade those 125 walls. Again, that's without the gold pass discount. Okay, we are just about there. Time to alternate. And again, we're still doing the same thing that we were doing at the very beginning of the stream and the episode, and that is trying to empty the storages as much as possible. Right here, you can see I only had 800,000 gold left. So that, again, is 800,000 gold that goes right down the toilet, right? It's completely wasted. But, when it comes to efficiency, I think that is actually okay. And you can see this time I got it completely empty. Then we go back in, and now we can do a couple of air mines. Actually, I guess it's, is it 2? Yeah, 2 air mines. And then we're short just a few 100,000 gold. So again, erring on the side of efficiency because I had a couple thousand gems left. So we go 2 air mines, 1 wall. We buy the 400,000 for 283 gems. And again, this is amazing how efficiently and close this works out to spending all of my gems that I had just purchased and not having to go back to the shop and open the wallet even wider. Now, this is the super fast forward use of the well over 300 wall rings. I believe we started with 334. And then, of course, once the 334 saved up wall rings are done, we have to move on to purchase the wall rings from the weekly deals for raid medals. And then once those are gone, I believe we went back and purchased the weekly deals from gems and, of course, picked up the ones from the gold pass. So again, being efficient in making sure that there are no undiscovered resources being left lying around somewhere, we got everything. And then we went back to runes of elixir, because remember, I have nothing else to spend elixir on. All of the troops, the Grand Warden, everybody fully maxed out. So we use every single rune of elixir. And then once those are gone, now we have to consider using the CWL medals. Yes, remember these brand new, and they are really cool skins. I love these skins, but I have no plans on ever purchasing those because I'm not a sucker, okay? I mean, come on. For the price of 1 hero skin, you could buy the wall, 200 wall rings, I believe? I think it's 200, no, 400. It's 400 wall rings. 400 wall rings for the price of 1 hero skin. So yes, fine, some players will be around flexing those hero skins. I am not going to be one of them. I am going to save every single one of my league medals for future hammers for Town Hall 16. So here we go. We saved the D for last. We're going to get that done. And we are going to use all of our league medals. That's it. We're out of league medals now. So we used all of our runes of elixir. We used all of our league medals. No, wait. Okay, we had more runes of elixir. We had a couple more runes of elixir. Get that done. And then eventually, just for the last couple of walls, we're going to need to go to the Runes of Gold. Now, again, we pulled the Rune of Elixir from the Gold Pass, went ahead and used that one. Here we go. And this is so exciting for me because with the savings of Runes of Gold, I can be a little bit prepared for all of the new buildings and defenses that will come with Town Hall 16. But here it is. We are about to be fully maxed once again. The final wall is complete in about 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, so there we go. That is a fully maxed out Town Hall 15 base for the simple price of $375.93. Now, how did that happen, you ask? Here is the breakdown. We spent $175.95 on packages, $199.98 on gems, 1,120 CWL medals, 1,200 raid medals, 11 books of fighting, 4 books of building, 14 books of everything, 21 books of heroes, 10 runes of gold, 12 runes of elixir, 7 runes of dark elixir, 3 hammers, and 334 wall rings. That is give or take a 7.2% margin of error. Here we can see how prepared we are already for the next update. Thank you, Galadon, for sticking around all the way to the end of this exciting Gem to Max episode. I appreciate every last one of you. I could not do this without you. Now get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, week, month, and year. Be kind to other people, animals, and the planet. And I hope to see every last one of you back here again in 2 days, because I'm going to take a break for more full attacks.
Galadon, that wasn't quite as bad as you thought, eh? Can we afford to have dinner now? Please?